중국이랑 비교만 해봐도 중국 같은 경우는 해양으로 나갈 수 있는 길이 많지가 않아요. 네. 일단은 한반도가 이렇게 있고 그 다음에 바로 이제 일본이 막고 있으니까 마치 이 우리의 그 동해가 해자 같은 역할을 하는 거거든요. 중국 입장에서 봤을 때는.
그래서 지금 종합적으로 들어보면은 이 지리적인 한계들이 중국이 명확해 보이잖아요. 중국이 미국과 견줬을 때 지리적인 그 한계점이 뭔지 한번 작가님께서 정리해서 한번 말씀해 주시면 좋겠습니다.
Historically, China's problems were its land borders. Again, let's go back to the map. Because, I mean, Manchuria invaded it, plucky little Manchuria up here. And the Mongols used to sweep down into China, so they built a wall. But that's exactly why they pushed out and they took Manchuria. Sorry, the other side. They took Manchuria. They took Tibet. They took Xinjiang, where the Uyghurs lived. And they built a buffer zone around them. Sorry, I'm looking at this the wrong way up, but they built a buffer zone which protected the core of China, which is the Han Chinese. And then they had this amazing shock in the 1800s when the British and others arrived by sea and came up the rivers and basically took over half the country. And they were absolutely shocked by this. They call it the century of humiliation. And that is why, when you look at their defense posture now, it's all about building the Navy to come out into what is called the blue water world, but also to build the shore-to-ship missile systems. They're putting a lot of money into shore-to-ship missiles.
그래서 지금 중국이 남중국 일대를 장악해서 바닷길을 뚫으려고 남중국해를 확보하려고 집착한다고 보시는 거죠?
Yes, and I think they've done it very successfully. And it's important to look at it from China's point of view. So look out at the world from China, and what is in front of it? Partially you. A wall. They see a wall in front of them. And this wall is made up of Japan and its islands, South Korea, partially, and you have some islands, Taiwan, Philippines, etc., etc. What does China think about this? China knows in an emergency, these people can build this wall and block them. So this is an existential threat to China. And that's why, so first you build an island, leave it alone. Come back a couple of years later and build a runway, leave it alone. Come back a year later and put some weapons on it. Because each time, you think, well, it's only an island. Well, it's only a runway. And then, oh, hang on a minute, they have a military base there now. They're doing it very, very well because they are very, very good at playing the long game.
지금 이제 중국하고 미국하고 굉장히 많은 갈등이 있지 않습니까? 뭐 어떻게 보면은 지금 전 세계가 다 집중을 하고 있는 그 갈등인데, 네, 우리 마셜 씨가 보시는 관점은 어떤 건가요?
Well, yeah, and between these two superpowers is a country called, well, a peninsula called Korea. It's why it's a hinge in the relationship. You know that the outside world has this phrase about that you are a shrimp between two whales. It's not true anymore. It was true in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. You're not a shrimp. You're a dolphin. So you're quite big. And dolphins are very good at moving around, and that's what you're doing now. I do argue it will be a form of Cold War, but with the caveat that we can't describe it because it's the future. Rough competition is inevitable between them, but I don't think war is. It's just got to be managed, but it will play out right across this century. It's also why you're in, I believe, such a crucial position. You're in a difficult position, but you're also in a position to actually look at both the sides. I mean, you know who Biden invited to the White House? The first two foreign leaders he invited, within a few weeks of taking office, President Moon Jae-in and Prime Minister Sugo. Why? Because this is where the action is.
이 미국과 중국의 패권 전쟁은 계속 되겠죠. 뭐 끝나지 않을 것 같은데 과연 언제까지 갈 것인가?
For as long as they are both very, very powerful. Well, it could be longer, but let's give it a century, shall we?
그러니까 지금 팀 마샬도 100년이라는 얘기를 하듯이 우리가 생각하는 걸 좀 바꿔야 된다고 봐요. 나는 이제 미국과 구소련의 패권 전쟁, 또 미국과 일본은 패권 전쟁도 아니잖아요. 그죠?
네.
근데 미국과 중국의 전쟁은 전혀 다른 페이스로 갈 거기 때문에 이게 그냥 막 미국이 중국을 압박해서 항복 그거 없고요. 또 중국이 막 저항을 해서 미국을 넘어서는 그것도 없다는 거죠. 그래서 이게 어떻게 될지 모르지만 굉장히 장기간에 걸쳐서 그러니까 오르락 내리락 하는 과정을 굉장히 많이 반복할 거라고 봐요.
Yes.